Good morning. It's a pleasure to join you here, and I'd first like to thank the IDB for allowing me this opportunity to present my city, Rio de Janeiro. And it's very important for us to be here as we talk about cities and solutions that essentially, in my case, have to do with the digital area. I'm Pedro Peracio. I'm the Chief Digital Officer for the main office of Rio. I've been in this position for 2 years only, so I'm fairly new. But the head of the department realized how important it would be to have somebody having to do with the digital era and how to interact with people through new technologies. We all know that cities increase continuously, the world is well organized, and cities are increasingly gaining in power and size. It is estimated that 6 billion people will be living in large cities in 2050, so governments have new responsibilities in order to tackle such situations of so many people living in these large urban areas. So we have to understand that the citizen becomes an important component in the process. So when you're looking for solutions for people and for cities, how are you going to do it? It's going to be through new technologies. So people have more access to all these smart systems like the telephones and so on. So this is giving power to the citizens, and they understand that they're becoming part of the solution, such as the smartphones, the social networks, this capacity to mobilize. Citizens today don't only want to participate every 4 years in managing their cities by just electing a governor and a prosecutor or whatever other position they have to elect. They understand that they have a strong power today in this process for transformation and change in the city. So they want to participate daily and not just every 4 years when elections occur. So through mobilization, citizens understand that using the social agents correctly will allow them to have more of an impact. What occurred recently in Rio is a clear example. It was a demonstration because they were claiming a better price for public transport. But this isn't a problem that applies only to Rio de Janeiro. People understand that it's a global problem. It's happening everywhere, such as what we've seen happen in Wall Street, what we saw happen in Barcelona. And in the case of Rio, it was not only a matter of 20 cents. It was more than those 20 cents. People understand that citizens were not only concerned about the 20% increase in bus fare, but they wanted increased participation in the city's transformation and management. People understood that and therefore started to work on new channels to contact citizens and to have interaction between government and citizens, to become more transparent, to be more collaborative with citizens. So if you can work these 3 pillars, transparency, participation, and collaboration, then you can shorten the distance between citizen and government and improve bureaucracy, have better information, have improved channels for dialogue, and also incorporate a more modern language for citizens to be able to communicate and better understand the government. And on this basis, some initiatives were launched. We call them the Collaborative Rio, and I'll be showing to you here some of the initiatives that were launched recently. One is a call center 1746, where citizens, through a single number, is able to get in touch with the office of the mayor of Rio. Before, there were more than 100 numbers in order to contact the city hall. They had different numbers for garbage collection or for any disturbance in the streets, etc. Today, with just this one number, 1746, you get through to City Hall, and you'll be able to then contact the right bureaucratic department. And this is sent to a central number, and then you are given a fixed time to resolve the problems, because for the first time now, citizens feel that they're in control, that their requests are being heard, that they can participate in the transformation of the city. Somebody on the other side is actually listening to them, is making note of their requests, and is offering a solution. So this way, citizens find that they are able to control what's happening in the city. It's an effective collaboration on their part, and this also allows City Hall to be more effective in solving problems. Based on this 1746 phone number, we also organized a hackathon, and there were 4 principal complaints by citizens. So we selected the activities of the chief programmers of the city, and we had a 48-hour hackathon with a tremendous number of participants. And from the data that was collected from them, and it was, for instance, maintenance of roads, garbage pickup, and through 1746, we were able to then find solutions to the main problems affecting people in the city. And this has been successful. Those ideas, the winning ideas, are being implemented, and they were all gathered through this phone number 1746. So people are able now, the citizens are able to control their requests, and they can come forward with creative solutions to the chief problems afflicting the city. Another initiative was with the Rio hotline. This was inaugurated 3 years ago, and now we have 30 municipal entities that are working from one same room in order to reach decisions rapidly for the day-to-day problems. We have civil defense, traffic, preservation of the city, and today all of this is integrated intelligently, and there is a 24/7 response time, 365 days a year. People can fully understand by working in this integrated manner what's happening in the city and thus reach rapid decisions. And there has been a partnership here essentially to improve transit and traffic. And this way, all users receive information through this participatory platform, and people can report accidents, report on what's happening with traffic, and this is then shared. And now there is a partnership with the City Hall, and citizens can inform about accidents in real time, and this is sent to the operating center. People can identify where it happened, what impact it is going to cause in the city, and people can then rapidly make decisions as to different flows for the traffic. So there are more than from 800, we have now increased to 1 million cameras now set out in the city to control traffic, and the information is provided real time, and the problems can be solved more speedily. On the other hand, the City Hall provides valuable information for which are the roads that are closed, which are the traffic lights that aren't working, or where there are areas closed off because of important visits. For instance, when the Pope came to the city, that worked very well, and we'll be using that also in the Olympics. So this is a collaborative platform. People don't need it to develop anything. This is already being used by the citizens. There's nothing new that needs to be developed. It's just a matter of taking advantage of what exists and establishing new partnerships. And that way can all become part of the solution and speed up the process, because the people are better acquainted with all this kind of hardware and software. Lastly, there is another platform that has been supported. It's called Rio Plus. People wanted to open a channel for citizen participation with ideas, and people were able to get in touch, and this provided partnership, and citizens for the first time are able to see their ideas get into practice, put into practice. So you need to know who to contact in order to get ideas through. It was a very bureaucratic process before. This has been streamlined through this platform. The citizen posts an idea. It's very simple. It's an extremely friendly channel, and actually people are used to using this type of channels. After a time, the City Hall analyzes all these ideas, what kind of impact they may have, and then they go back to the public for a vote on it, and each city hall just has to execute it and knows that they have already strong support in the city. So this opens another channel where people are part of the solution. The city hall can't think of all the solutions for an entire city, but citizens can help enormously to make a better process. And obviously people understand that they don't have the final answer to everything, but nonetheless digital software and facilities today is a tremendous solution for the people. Cities are going more towards local. The solutions are found locally in the citizens of the larger urban areas. And the digital means is what allows people to start working on a new governance system, a more collaborative governance. Perhaps going locally, people will also be able to improve global governance, having a more participatory government, more collaborative and speedier, that perhaps we can call it the polydigitocracy. Thank you very much.